Divine Providence. Welcome to Reformation Academy. Today's topic is one many Christians affirm in theory but struggle to trust in practice. It is often reduced to a vague sense that things will probably work out. We're talking about divine providence. Not fate, not luck, not mere foreknowledge. Providence is the claim that God is actively involved in governing, sustaining, and directing all that He has made. So let's slow down and define our terms. Divine providence refers to God's ongoing work of preserving creation, governing all events, and directing history towards His intended purposes. In other words, God did not simply create the world and then step back to observe it. He remains present, active, intentional. Nothing exists independently of Him. Nothing unfolds outside of His care. Providence includes two closely related ideas. First, preservation. God sustains all things in existence. Every moment of life, every breath, every heartbeat is dependent on Him. Second, governance. God orders events, directs outcomes, and rules over history without chaos or surprise. This does not mean everything is easy or pleasant. It means nothing is meaningless. One common misunderstanding is that providence eliminates human action. In Scripture, God ordinarily works through what theologians call secondary causes. People make decisions, weather follows patterns, nations rise and fall, and yet through all of this, God's purposes are not threatened, they are accomplished. Providence does not bypass means, it employs them. At this point, a difficult question arises. If God governs all things, what about evil and suffering? Scripture does not pretend this question is easy, but it does insist on a distinction. God is never the author of evil, yet He can sovereignly permit evil actions without being morally guilty of them. Human beings act with sinful intent. God governs those same events for righteous purposes. This is not philosophical gymnastics, it is the Bible's own framework. Divine providence is not abstract theology, it is deeply practical. It shapes how we respond to uncertainty, to disappointment, and to suffering. If God is not providentially at work, then life is ultimately fragile and random. But if He is, then even painful chapters are not wasted. Providence does not promise that everything will make sense to us. It promises that nothing escapes God. A common objection sounds like this. If God already governs everything, why pray? The answer is simple but profound. Prayer is one of the means God uses to accomplish His providential purposes. God ordains not only the ends, but also the means, including the prayers of His people. Prayer does not compete with providence, it participates in it. Nowhere is divine providence more clearly displayed than in the gospel itself. The crucifixion of Christ was not an accident, nor was it merely human injustice. It was the means by which God accomplished salvation through real historical events and real human choices. Providence does not stand opposed to redemption. It makes redemption possible in history. Let me close with this. Divine providence is not the belief that everything will feel good or go smoothly. It is the belief that God remains faithful, wise, and sovereign even when we do not understand His ways. It calls us not to passivity, but to trust, not to fear, but to faithfulness. To believe that the same God who governs the stars also governs our lives with purpose and care. Thank you for thinking with me. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing and exploring the rest of this series here at Reformation Academy. Godspeed.